Dear students, in this video, I'll be continuing Act 1, Scene 2. We have already read about different suitors who had arrived to Belmont to get married to Portia with the view of getting married to Portia. I'm starting from line number 112. It's on page number 34 of your textbook. In this part, Nerissa says, Portia, you need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords. So Nerissa could sense that Portia is worried about getting married to the suitors about whom we have discussed earlier. So Portia doesn't like anyone out of them. And Nerissa is consoling her by saying that you need not be afraid of getting married to any of the suitors. They have acquainted me. Acquainted means informed. She says that they have informed me, the suitors have informed me with their determination. Determination means decisions. So Nerissa is telling this Portia that the suitors have informed her regarding their decision, which is, so what is the decision? Indeed, to return to their home. One thing, the suitors have told Nerissa that they will be returning back to their home. Second thing, and to trouble you with no more suit. And they won't trouble Portia with the request to marry them, unless you may be won by some other sort than your father imposition depending on the casket. He says, until and unless there is some other criteria of getting married to you other than your father's will, other than your father's imposition, that is the casket system, they won't be troubling you with the request of marriage. So what have the suitors informed Nerissa about? So they have informed Nerissa about three things. First, that they are returning back to their home. Second, that they will not trouble Portia with the request of marriage. And third, that they, unless and until there is some other criteria of getting married to Portia other than her father's imposition depending on the casket. On listening to this, Portia says, if I live to be as old as Siblia, I will die as chaste as Dinah. So Siblia is a prophetess in Roman mythology, and it is believed that she had a long life and she grew very old, but still she was alive. And Dinah is goddess of God, and she is also known as goddess of virginity. So Portia compares herself to Siblia and Dinah by saying that if she lived as old as Siblia, she will die, I will die as chaste as Dinah. She says, even if I live as old as Siblia, I will die as chaste means as pure as Dinah, as virgin as Dinah, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. Says if criteria of getting married to her was casket system or her father's imposition, then she will remain virgin, because she knew that all of the suitors have left without choosing the casket. Though all of them had arrived with the view of getting married to Portia, but on knowing about the casket system, on knowing about the various impositions of casket system, so all of them have left. So Portia is thinking that even if she lives as long as Siblia, she will die as pure as Dinah, because she will not have any relations with any of the men. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them, but I dote on the very absence. She says that the parcel of wooers here means crowd of suitors. She says that she's happy that the crowd of suitors are reasonable enough to have left, and she also says that she does not regret anybody's absence. She is happy that all of them have left, and I pray God grant them a fair departure. She also wishes that the suitors have a happy journey. So what did she say in this extract? Portia says, she compares herself to Siblia and Dinah, saying that even if she lives as old as Siblia, she will die as chaste as Dinah, until and unless casket system is the criteria of getting married to her. She says that she is glad that the parcel of wooers are reasonable enough to have left, and she does not regret anybody's absence. She also wishes them a happy journey. Now Nerissa says, Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar, and a soldier that came hither in the company of Marquis of Montferrat? So, Nerissa is telling Portia that, do you not remember when your father was alive, a Venetian means a person from Venice, a Venetian, a scholar, and a soldier had come hither means here, come to Belmont, in company of Marquis of Montferrat. Montferrat is a place in Italy. So she's talking about Bassanio, and she uses the adjectives for Bassanio, calling him a Venetian, scholar, and a soldier. Says that a person, do you remember that a person that is a Venetian, scholar, and a soldier had come to Belmont in company of Marquis of Montferrat? Portia says, yes, yes, it was Bassanio. As I think, so was he called. So Portia remembers the person. She says that, yes, I know it is, you are talking about Bassanio. And she says, I know that is his name. Bassanio is his name. Nerissa. True, madam. He of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon was the best deserving a fair lady. So Nerissa says that you're very true. And of all the men that my foolish eyes have ever seen, he seems to be the most deserving to win the fair lady, that is Portia. So according to Nerissa, Bassanio is the perfect man for Portia, and he deserves to win the lady. Portia, I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. She says, yes, I do remember Bassanio very well, and I remember that he is worthy of your praise. And while both of them are talking, a servant enters, and Portia asks the servant, how now, what news? So she is asking the servant that, have you brought any news? Servant says, the 4 strangers seek for you. So 4 strangers. So although there were 6 suitors, but the servant says that the 4 strangers are seeking for you. They want to take leave from you. So now in your reference also, reference number 38, there are different points that are given, that why the servant says that there are 4 strangers who want to seek permission to leave from Portia, although there were 6 suitors. So the first explanation to this is that Shakespeare seems to have forgotten that 6 suitors have been discussed. So maybe it is an error, it is a mistake by Shakespeare, and he has forgotten that there were 6 suitors, and he has written that there were 4 strangers. Second is, the Scottish lord and English lords were added to the scene to amuse the audience. The second reason might be that Scottish lord and English lord did not exist at all. Actually, they were added to the scene to, add a comic effect, to amuse the audience. Third reason is, the servant regards 2 of the suitors with such a contempt that they are not even worth mentioning. So, the servant considers the Scottish lord and English lord not even worth mentioning. So, he doesn't consider the 2 suitors to be worth mentioning. So that is why the servant says there are 4 strangers. So the servant has come with the news that 4 strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave. So 4 strangers want to leave, and they are seeking Portia's permission to leave. And there is a forerunner. Forerunner means messenger. Servant also informs Portia that there is a forerunner come from a 5th, that there is a messenger who has come from the 5th suitor. So who is the 5th suitor? The 5th suitor is the Prince of Morocco. So the servant also brings a message that there is a messenger from 5th suitor, the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince, his master, will be here tonight. So this messenger has come with the message that his master, that is Prince of Morocco, will be reaching Belmont that night. So what information has the servant given to Portia? Firstly, that the 4 suitors are seeking permission from Portia to leave. Then he also says that there is a messenger from the 5th one, that is Prince of Morocco, and he has brought a news that the prince will be arriving that night. On hearing this, Portia says, "If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good heart as I can bid the other four farewell." So she wishes if she would have been glad or equally glad on bidding farewell to the four suitors and on welcoming the fifth one. She says that if she could welcome the fifth suitor as gladly as she is bidding farewell to the other four suitors. Then she says, "I should be glad of his approach." She says, if this had happened, then she would have been happier on hearing about the approach of fifth suitor. If he have the complexion of a saint, if he has a condition of a saint and complexion of a devil, I had rather he should shrive me than wife me. So what does Portia mean in this line? See, the people who live in Morocco, they are usually of darker complexion because Morocco is situated near equator and people living there have dark complexion. That is what complexion of devil means here. Means dark complexion. So what does she say in this line? She says, even if the fifth suitor, even if Prince of Morocco, even if he has the virtues of saint, condition of saint means virtues of saint, but dark complexion of devil. So what would she prefer? She says that I had rather he should shrive me than wife me. She says, I would prefer that he hears my religious confession. Shrive me means to hear religious confessions rather than he marries me. Says, if Prince of Morocco had virtues of saint but dark complexion of devil, I would prefer that he hears my religious confession rather than he marries me. So then she tells Naresa, "Come Naresa, Sira, go before." So she orders Naresa to go ahead. While we shut the gate upon one wooer, another knocks at the door. So the scene ends here. Portia says that as we shut the gates on one suitor, another knocks at the door. So they are shutting the door on the four suitors who are seeking permission to leave, whereas the fifth one is knocking at the door. So they have got the news that the fifth suitor will be arriving that night. So that is what Portia means in this line. So we are done with the Act 1, Scene 2. In case you have any doubts in this scene, you can write in comment section. And I hope you have understood whatever I have taught you. Thank you so much.